Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Moxie Monday. We are so happy to have you here today with us. And I'm sharing a new to most of you option, which is actually very interesting and exciting because it involves getting your contacts in, and a new import option that was not available to most of you prior. So here's the first thing I'm going to start with. My name is Elizabeth Glass. You are seeing my contact screen here. So if you need to reach me at any time, you can do so by emailing me or calling me. Go ahead and click on the contact info right here. So my information is right here. My cell phone number or my office line is right here. You can also reach me at elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com for anything relating to today's training or anything for technologies and anything in any platform. So here's what we're going to do. There is a new direct to Moxie import option. So here's what's going to happen. First of all, I'm going to show you a new step-by-step with screenshots PDF I've created for you guys, showing you how to get contacts out and get them in both through Google Contacts as we have done previously. And I'm also going to show you the new direct to import into Moxie option. But I also extended it for those of you who still have contacts in ZAP. I'm going to show you on the step-by-step guide with how to get them out of ZAP as well, so we can get them all into the, to the correct current platform. Then I'm going to actually show you how to get the contacts into Google, so show you firsthand. Then I'm going to show you how to actually do it direct in Moxie as well, not just a single import, but now you can do a mass upload directly in Moxie as well. So that's amazing news for everybody. First and foremost, let's start off with schmidtresources.com. So I actually just mentioned to you that I did create that step-by-step guide, but the easiest way for us to provide it to you is directly through the Moxie Square in schmidtresources.com. So easy for you to go back and access if you can't find it. So as you can see, I'm in schmidtresources.com, and you have all of your regions right here. Each of you just go ahead and click on the square that is your region. And then you're going to click on the Moxie Works Square. So this is where we kind of compiled some extra components we want to have available to you at any time. What you're going to look for is on the very top here. It's the second option. It says updated contact upload options. So what that means is I've had it in here previously, but it was just the Google contact side. Now I've added in the ZAP export area, and I've also added in the direct to Moxie option. So if you have come here before and clicked on this and got this and saved it, know that you'll want to do it again now because it's new and updated. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to go ahead and click on it right now, and then it's going to open it in my screen. Now, if you're like me, I like things to be very visual, and I like to see them walking me through the options so that I can very quickly see what I'm looking at and then implement it. So on the very top here, the first PDF that you'll see is if you are one of those that still has your contacts in ZAP. You actually know, and you've been hearing now that that's getting ready to roll out. So we want to make sure your contacts are not in ZAP and they're in Moxie where you want them to be. So it is a step-by-step guide. As you see here, I provide a screenshot, and then for each area, I actually highlight where you're going to click. So I'm not going to walk through inside of ZAP right now, but this is what you will do. If you still need to do this, you're going to get this this PDF here. And then it's very, very simple. To be completely honest, you're just going into Desk, clicking on Contacts, clicking on the Name button, and then you're going to click the Export button, and then bam, it's out. It's now on your computer, and then you're going to save it. What's going to happen at that point is you're going to have a spreadsheet from ZAP, and you're going to want to take all of those contacts and then put them on a different spreadsheet. So it depends on what you want to do. So here's the first option, okay? The first option is if you are going to be using a company-provided G Suite email. So that means like the elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com email, the CB Great Lakes email. If you're using the company-provided email and that is the one that you want to put your contacts into, you can do that and they'll still automatically sync or be in Moxie. So if you are using our company provided sync option, our company provided emails, or a Gmail like elizabeth.glass@gmail.com, you can still upload your contacts there and they will still sync into Moxie. That hasn't changed. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. The new option on the very bottom of page 3 now is the direct contact upload to Moxie option. So I've made it very simplistic in that all the options are right here on the same PDF. So you get to pick what pertains to you. And then again, everything has a step-by-step guide. But I wanted to just take it a step further for you, okay? Because I want to just be realistic here. Sometimes when you take your contacts out of a platform, let's say ZAP, okay, or wherever you have them, it puts them on a spreadsheet. Then you go to a different platform, let's say Moxie, and then you upload it, and then you're like going crazy because it didn't put the information in the right area, right? Maybe all the names got put in a different section, or the names didn't even pull through. Let me explain why. Most platforms use what's called a CSV, comma separated value file. Simply put, that means that the columns are locked. If the column says first name, then the information in that column has to say first name, or it's not going to go into the new system correctly. So here's a technological rule of thumb. No matter what you are putting your information into, make sure you get the spreadsheet from that platform. So as an example, when I export things out of ZAP, they're not in the same columns. My spreadsheet do not have them in the same columns as Moxie would need them to be. So here's the extra step that I've taken for you guys. And I tried to make it as simple as possible. Take a look at this, okay? At the top of each section, so this is the G Suite Gmail contacts sync for that one. So if you want to take your contacts and put them into Google, I've literally taken the option of getting the actual spreadsheet that you need that will make sure everything's in the right section. And I've put it right here, and all you need to do is click right here, okay? And I've made a separate Google file. See where it says open link? Watch what it does. I really took a long time to make this as clean and easy for you as possible. We have 3 things that you can access. One is the spreadsheet, I keep saying spreadsheet, I apologize, the PDF that we were looking at. So gives you another access to it. The second option is the actual spreadsheet. So this is the one that Google themselves provides. So I pulled it from you so you know it's the right one. So as an example, if you want to get your contacts out of ZAP or somewhere else and you want to get them into Google Contacts so they sync with Moxie, you're just going to click right here on this, and then there you go. This is the actual spreadsheet. Now I took it a step further for you. If you notice on the top of this spreadsheet, and some of you that have seen this spreadsheet before, it drives you crazy because it might not be so clear as to what the columns are because it says given name, family name. I looked it up, I did the research, and then I just made sure that I put a sample in here of what it is. So as an example, given name is John, family name is Smith, first name, last name. Now to make it even easier for you guys so there's no thinking involved, it's just copying and pasting. I left everything that is in white is something that you don't need to copy to, but anything that has colors, it is going to indicate that that's a field you want to copy and paste to. But so that you don't have to even care what those colors mean, the third option was a color code guide. And this seems like a lot and it seems crazy, but realistically, all I'm doing is I'm just showing you very simply put, when you open that initial spreadsheet, if there's a color on it, those are the columns you want to paste into. So for an example, the first column was the name column. Given name, you'll want to copy and paste from your ZAP spreadsheet or whatever your spreadsheet is, first name into this column. And I tell you what it means here. If it is not one of these colors and it doesn't have an example by it, you don't need to fill it out. It can be blank on this spreadsheet. And I'm telling you, if you use this spreadsheet and then you just copy and paste to the right area, it's going to upload to Moxie exactly where you want it to be. So the name is going to be in the name field in Moxie. The email is going to pull through the contact group name. So example right here, what's really cool is where it says group member. If I were to put buyers and sellers in here, it would literally pull that contact through and put it in a pre-made group label called buyer and seller. So this isn't going to be a real spreadsheet class that we're doing here, but I just wanted to show you how you can access getting this open to remove my thing here. Okay, so that is the first option here. That's Google spreadsheet. If you want to do it through Google and link the company provided Gmail or your personal Gmail, this is the spreadsheet you want to use. And this is the quick little guide showing you how to do it. Now, the other option that we have here, remember that was Google, and I'm actually going to do this in a second so you guys see me upload it directly firsthand, but that was that one. If I scroll down, the top of page 3 on that PDF are some important notes. So I'm going to call out to each of you right now because each one of these is going to pertain to somebody. The first option is if you are the person who is going to use our company provided email, so our @CB Schmidt Ohio email, @CB Great Lakes, this little paragraph is information for you to read. The next one is if you use Gmail. So example, if I had a personal Gmail like elizabeth@gmail.com, and I wanted to use that email to put my contacts into, but not the company provided, this is the paragraph and information for you. You can still use a Gmail that is not company provided, just needs to be a Gmail. However, I just wanted to let you know that that's the information for you to get that into place. Next is if you are a non-Gmail user altogether, and it's Yahoo or AOL, you just need to know that it does not, the sync pulling it in does not work with any other email other than Gmail. So that paragraph is quickly for you. Now, if you're a person that doesn't want to have any involvement with email in contacts with Moxie, you want it to be totally separate for whatever reason, we now have an easy option to directly upload into Moxie. So that's what this bottom section is going to be, guys. All of this is super easy peasy when you, use the right spreadsheets. Again, to make it as simplistic as possible, I got the actual spreadsheet from Moxie and I put it right here. So if you can see, I have a click here to get the actual template. When I click on it, I'm going to say open link, and now it's going to give me the options like I saw before, okay? So here's the actual spreadsheet. It's just showing one column because I don't have anything in here, but let's go ahead and open with Google Sheets just so you can get a quick preview. This one doesn't need a guide because the names are what they are. So for example, it literally says first name instead of given name, just as it's common sense. So first name, middle name, and all you're doing is you're going to take the information that you've already compiled from somewhere else. So it's a different spreadsheet, or maybe you are adding them here manually, copying and then pasting here. And then either way you do this, either spreadsheet, you're going to then save it to your computer. Okay. So step 1 is decide how you want to do your contacts now, because you have an option. Do you want to have your contacts in your email so that they sync, and every time you put them in your email, they're automatically going to go into Moxie, or do you want them separate? If that's the option, then you go to direct contacts, and then you choose the spreadsheet for that specific type. So I'm going to show you both things right now, okay? In Google Contacts, how to get one contact in there, and then I'm also going to show you how to get a lot of contacts in there with the spreadsheet. Now, then I'm going to show you how to get one contact into Moxie, and then show you how to get mass contacts into Moxie. So this is going to be every option you can think of today. All right, so let's start with the first one. Okay, Google. Okay, you can go to google.com and then access all of your different options here, or you can go directly to gmail.com and you just have to sign in either option. Okay, in the top right-hand corner, these are the apps that are included with the emails provided. You have this with both the company provided email and also personal Gmail. The only difference with the apps in here is you have endless storage with the company provided email and security that includes going along with it. And you also have a lot of different things that helps you filter it out with the company provided email so that it ends up in people's inboxes and not spam. That's just a side note. Just so you know, we do recommend the company provided email because it has extra securities, safeties, and it also has some extra bonus options for you, storage as well. Either way, this is where you're going to go, whether it's personal Gmail or it is your G Suite company provided, okay? I'm going to click on this, and as you see here, I have the contacts option. This is where they have to be. Your people need to be here. Your contacts have to be here in order for them to automatically show up in Moxie without you doing anything else. If you click on email, and I just clicked 2 and I clicked Felicia, that is not contacts, that's just email. So just so you know, it has to be right here. I'm going to simply click on the contacts button, and it's going to load for me my contacts that are already in there. Now, if you can take your eyes to the left-hand side, you can see we have an option that says labels. Just so you know, that means group names. That means a label is like a buyer group, a seller group. So I can upload an entire spreadsheet of just basic sphere people that I've never talked to before, and I can label it sphere, and it will automatically pull into Moxie, not only all of those names, but it will pull in the group label as well. So when I'm in Moxie, it makes it seconds for me to go in and throw them on a campaign and filter it based on who they are. So there's two different ways you can get your contacts in from this sheet. So you can take your eyes to this because there's two different ways to just do it very quickly. The first option on the left side in the navigational panel, if you click on the word import, it's going to pop open this box. Now you're going to see in the very first section here, it says no label, but that's because you haven't assigned it to a group name yet. All you'll do is click on it. And then if you already have an existing label that you've created here, you would just simply click on it. And then it would add those contacts you're uploading today, right now, to that buyer group. But if you want to create a new label, you would go ahead and do it right here. So let's just say Jones Community. Let's just say it's a spreadsheet for a specific community and I want them all in that community. Typing them out on the bottom is going to create that new group label, and it's going to pull, as you can see, it just connected it. It's going to pull all of those contacts into that group label. And now in Moxie, I'm going to have those people listed, and it's going to be under the label name Jones Community, and I can filter them out very simply. Now, this is a mass upload. So I'm going to go ahead and hit select file right here. And then I'm going to pull my spreadsheet from wherever on my computer I've saved it to. Now, you might not see this part, but it's just popped open a box for me. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my screen mode right now. I'm going to let you guys actually see my, hold on one second. I'm going to let you see my whole screen so you can see everything as it goes. So let's do desktop. There we go. Share it. Okay. So now let's go back. Okay. I'm going to hit select file. And now it's popped open my computer system so I can look through my files and folders. So wherever I've saved that spreadsheet, where I've compiled all of my names, correct one for the Google CSV spreadsheet, I'm going to that folder, and I'm now just going to select that folder. And then I'm going to go ahead in the bottom right and hit open. Now you're going to see not only does it have the tab or the community, group name, it also has the CSV here. So I'm literally going to hit the word import. Before I do that, take your eyes over here, even though it's grayed out. I want you to see that I have 1,223 contacts. Here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and hit import, and you're going to see on the bottom right that it's going to say, right in here. Oops, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing by accident. It's going to say right away, it looks like there might be duplicates. Do you want to find them? If I said yes, it'll let me go in and delete the ones that are duplicates, or I can merge them together, or I can choose to dismiss them altogether. So by using Google Contacts, it helps you filter out so you don't have duplications in Moxie. There is not currently a deduplication process in Moxie. There is one in Google Suite. So that's why this is a great option to use. I'm going to go ahead and hit dismiss. Okay, let's go up to the top. So if you don't see any contacts right here, that's actually normal. You're going to go ahead and click on that contacts button. And if the number did go up, you would see it right here. If your number did not go up right here, it means they're not actually in, they're just uploaded here to a folder, but they're not in a contact group. So for those of you who say, okay, my number didn't go up, or I just uploaded it, which you see them in here as well. So let's go into my folder. The one I just created is, let me show you where I am at, by the way. Let me just minimize. I'm on the left-hand side. Now that I've created that label, it's now in the labels group. So I'm just going to open that up. I'm going to look, sorry, like 5 million of them. But here's the Jones community. There were 17 names in there. So if I click on that, now all of my names are in Google Contacts. The next time I go to log into Moxie, they're also going to be in Moxie as well. But now if your number isn't showing up here, which is not uncommon, if it didn't update, then there's one quick step that you guys can do very quickly to make sure they get added to the contacts. So as an example, I'm going to open up my folder here. I'm just going to pick this one, for example, just grab one. If I open a folder and I want to make sure these are in that contact area and they're not showing up, I'm just going to go next to the first name. Take your eyes to the top. If I click on the little box next to the top first name, it then opens up this little area here. Here's a little trick, kind of annoying. I don't know why this option isn't there to begin with, but whenever you click on the first name, it gives you all your options. So all I'm going to do, if they're not immediately showing up in that updated number in contacts, I'm just clicking on the name and then clicking all. And that's just choosing all of my names. And very simply, see this little add to contacts button? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add the contacts. At the bottom, it says it's working. And now it will immediately pop up and it's see how my number went up instantaneously. So that's just a quick little workaround. The only reason it doesn't update sometimes for a couple of people is because whatever browser you're using, maybe it's Safari, maybe it is, Chrome, whatever it is, if whatever browser you're on, if your internet's lagging and it's taking a long time to load, it might not reflect it right away. So that's a very quick cheat if you're like me and everyone else where I just don't have time to wait. That's one quick workaround to get it to work very quickly. So that's option one inside Google Contacts. The other one is the same process, but instead of clicking import first, you're clicking create contact. And here I can create a single contact. So I would just add one single person by adding them in here and then adding in their email in here. And then you would add in their job title or whatever you would need. And then you would hit save. That's how to add one person. But if I also go to create contacts and do create multiple contacts, it's literally the exact same sheet you just saw before, the same box, or I would say, I can create a new label at the bottom, or I can just add this to my existing ones that I just made. So I previously made the Jones community. I would click on right here. And then it's the same concept as well. I'm going to click on, I could do an individual email here, or I can import. And then I'm going to find my file just like I did before, hit open and import. So it's exactly the same. Realistically, you're going to get all your contacts into Google very, very fast. It's a very simple, quick process. The only thing that takes the time is getting the contacts gathered up. Like, where are you getting them from to begin with? Are they from your Christmas card list, from your wedding list? Maybe your cousin had a wedding. Maybe they'll let you use their list. It's just, that's the only thing that takes a little bit of time is gathering your contacts, getting them into Google so that they sync and automatically go into Moxie. Very, very quick. As you guys just saw, I just did it in a couple of minutes. If I wasn't talking, it would have been seconds. Now, the benefit is you can also do this on your phone. So if I have Google Contacts on my phone, so you've got different apps on your phone, then I can actually directly upload from my phone into Google Contacts and it will be in Moxie as well. So that's option one. Now, option two is we're now going to show you how to go direct into Moxie and upload either a single contact or a mass contact upload sheet, which is awesome. Right now, you're seeing my Moxie screen. What I want to do first is talk very quickly about how you know what email is connected to Moxie first. You can't just pick any random Gmail. It needs to be the one that we've got connected for you. So if you're looking at my screen right now, I'm in the My Account section. To get here, I clicked on the icon on the top right-hand corner. Then I chose the word My Account. Now, when we do that, this is the hub. This is where all of your information comes from, your phone number, your email, picture, and it's what filters it everywhere else to all the other platforms in Moxie. If I click Contact Info, this is how we've got it connected. Okay, let's talk very quickly about this because it's important. I don't want you spending time putting stuff in the wrong place. If I look right here, primary email, the email that's here, that is the communication through Moxie. So if you are, let's say, the person that forgets your Moxie password and you ask Carrie or JV or somebody, one of us to, or your admin to reset your password, whatever email is here is what email that password reset is going to go to. So please take the time to look at that. If that is not where you want it to be, you need to change that. And you can do that yourself by clicking on this edit pencil, changing it and hit save. The display email is what's going to show to other people. So when you're marketing, it's what's going to be on your campaigns. It's what's going to be on your newsletters. It's what's going to be on your website. So that needs to be, you need to make sure that's correct as well, because that's what you want other people to see. The most important one is this one right here, the Moxie Sync email. So this email here, right here, this is the one that the Google Contacts or the Gmail that is connected. So as an example, my company provided email right here, my elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com. That's my G Suite. It's also a Gmail. That is this Google Contacts. That's the right one. And the reason I know it's the right one, because I'm looking in the upper right-hand corner and it actually says Schmidt on it. So that's how I know it's the right one. If, for example, I was actually putting in Moxie, this is connected to my company email, but I'm putting all my contacts in my personal email. They will not connect. Again, you can change this, but for those of you who want to change this now and it's not reflecting what you want it to be, you're going to be the person that's going to come right here and you find the one that is relevant to you and follow the directions on that, on how to make that change. So now, as far as how to get your contacts into Moxie, it's super fast, super easy. If you take your eyes to the top of the screen, we're going to go into Engage, which is your CRM, your client relationship management tool. It's where all of your people are, whether they're a Sphere client you've never even communicated with or a client you've worked with before. Okay, so now I'm in Engage. If you take your eyes to the top, you've been here many times. We're going to go to People. And if you're adding a single person, you can either go to Add People right here and just add that one person and leave, or you can also go to My People, which is going to then load and show you all of the people. So I'm going to let mine load really quickly here. And then I want you to see the first thing we're going to look at is my number of contacts. So you can see me upload some right now. Okay, so this is my total, 990 of what I've got in here right now. Each one of these contacts is loaded with a group name, because before the new direct to Moxie upload option happened, I was in my Google contacts and I gave them a group label of whatever is here. So it pulled it through. So the reason I keep saying how relevant a group name is because when I'm in Moxie Engage, it's really awesome because I can click on the filter option in the right side and I can literally narrow it down to just specific things. So like, let's say for instance, I'll grab one here, random, so sellers. If I clicked on the sellers and then I clicked apply, it's now narrowed it down and all I have is just my sellers. So I can either go in and find just one person, or I can hit select all and then click the add to button and I can throw them in a campaign, you guys, instantaneously, like in seconds. I can add all of them to an existing campaign. I can add them to neighborhood news. I can set them up for neighborhood, listing announcements. It just makes it easy. So that's why when I'm talking to contacts about them, I want to make sure I'm talking the language of group names as well. So I'm going to deselect that. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our eyes to the top right. We're going to click Add People. And this is going to allow us to do one of two things, guys. One, clearly add a single contact. Or two, we can import multiple contacts. So here I'm going to go ahead and say Add Single Contact. And then I'm going to put in a name in here. Okay, Amy Smith. Whoop, get rid of that one. And then we're going to say Smith right here. And this is the group name. So whatever you put here, this is the label. So if you happen to already know she's a buyer, we're going to put her in as that. If you don't know what she is, make a name that's like Sphere. So that's your basic Sphere marketing group. So you can put them on a campaign. Very simply put, you're just going to fill out as much as you know about that person. You're going to add an email in here. And throw mine in there for the heck of it. If you know any of the other information, you can do that. If you happen to know special dates, for example, like a birthday or an anniversary, or if they're your client and you're just now adding them to Moxie because you did them somewhere else, you can even add in the house anniversary, and then it's built into Engage where it lets you send out happy anniversary, happy birthday messages through Engage, through the calendar. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And then now that's immediately added that one single contact to Moxie. And as you can see, it's created a profile for Amy Smith and everything's in here for her. But I'm going to go back to my main page where it showed all my contacts, and that's people, my people. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how to upload multiple contacts from the existing spreadsheet. Make it very easy. And as you can see, my number went up right there. So my contact that I just created is now in my groups. Now I showed you one location right here where it has an import contact option, but the other one is up here in the right-hand corner. If you see this little gear icon, if you click on that, it actually lets you click import contacts here. So if you're, excuse me, an agent, you would click right here. If you're a manager and you have access to talent mode, which all of the managers do, you would click on the import talent CSV option, and then that would be something for those managers. But for you guys, you're going to click import contacts. Now it's going to pull this open for you. It's going to say all kinds of stuff. Basically, here's what this means. You're going to make sure that you copy and paste everything into the spreadsheet that we provided to you. and you don't change the columns. That means you don't like rearrange the spreadsheet to put, you know, a column in a different location. You keep it as it is, paste it, and then you're done. It does say on this version that there's an upload limit of 2,500 per session. So if you have a whole bunch more than that, just know you got to do 2,500, let them upload and then do 2,500. It's just so that it can work and process them at a better, quicker rate versus making you wait for a very long time. Select file. Simply put, exactly like before, we're just going to now go into our computer file and then take the contact spreadsheet that we have created and saved. So like as an example, I like to put in here Google Mail CSV so I know which one it is, or I could put in Moxie Mail upload just so that I know which one it is if I'm doing both options. But all you're going to do is basically just add in select it, and you're going to go ahead and add it in. It has a message at the top that says the imports in process. As process times can vary, you may see some contacts come in before others. We'll let you know when the import's complete, and you can see right here, it just let me know that the import was complete. I'm dismissing that, and I'm going to go ahead and refresh. Now, the contact sheet that I just uploaded was actually one that I previously done before, but I want you just to very quickly see how easy that was to get those contacts in there, and then you can manipulate this through here. So you can see my number changed right away. Super fast, super easy. And then this is just two options now. Again, option one is doing a upload directly through Google Contacts. And then the option two now is going directly into Moxie Engage. Both options have the availability for you to add a single contact, and you can add multiple mass contacts on both as well. Just so you know, Moxie is mobile responsive. So you also have the option of taking your cell phone and adding in a single contact through the app Google Contacts, or I can actually log into Moxie on my cell phone or iPad, and I can add the individual contact that way as well. So if you are at a grocery store or somewhere like a coffee shop, and you want to add that one person in real quick, you don't even need to wait till you get home. I literally take my phone and I use my phone on Moxie and Google 7 days a week. So let me open this up very quickly here, see if we have any questions. I don't think we do, because I think it's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, put them in the chat right now. While I wait for that, I'm going to do a little refresher about where to get this PDF that literally walks you through everything I just showed you. Again, we're going to schmidtresources.com. You're going to click on the region for wherever you are, whether it's Michigan, Ohio, Florida, and US Virgin Islands. You're then going to go to your Moxie Work Square. The uploaded contact sheet is right here. It says updated contact upload options. It's going to load it for you. And a reminder that page 1 is for those of you who still need to get them out of ZAP. So I walk you through how to get them out of ZAP and onto this. They'll be on a spreadsheet that ZAP gives you. You will then copy and paste that information to either Google Contacts, G Suite, a Gmail, or you will then go and upload them into Moxie Engage directly. However, the only stipulation is you have to make sure you have the correct spreadsheet because they're different. So if I do choose to be the one that wants to continue to use my company provided email, I'm going to make sure I'm on the G Suite page and click the spreadsheet option here and use that spreadsheet from there on out. So once I've done this one time and I click this one single time and I've saved this one spreadsheet to my computer, forever, I will have it on my computer, and I will now always just open up the spreadsheet that I have on my computer and then continue to add to it and then add it into Google Contacts. So it's not like you have to come here every single time and get a new one. Once you downloaded this specific spreadsheet to your computer, you'll have it and you can continue to use that one as well. And then again, we have a second spreadsheet directly for the Moxie upload here. And then for anybody who wants to make a change to email, you want to make sure you visit this section right here. So hopefully that was pretty easy for you guys. I do know this is something that was requested because I get asked about these things a lot. And I do know there are some people, specifically even in Florida, who were hanging out with ZAP a little bit longer, and you are now needing to transition. So I wanted to make sure to include you guys as well in helping those that need to kind of transition out. And let's get started now before the end of the year and those options are gone. On that note, I think we are all set. This recording should go up into our Schmidt Video Classroom within the hour or so. If you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me or anybody on the training team or your admins at any time. If you do need support with creating the initial contact sheet, like how to get your contacts, where to get them from, we do encourage you to reach out to your ASC and your manager and talk about the different ways and locations you can get that. I did mention, for example, you have a dentist. Did you have a wedding registry? Did you have a Christmas card list? Does your mom and dad have those things? Does your brother and sister? So it's just acquiring the contacts. And then once you acquire them and build them up, which by the way is your business, without those, you don't really have business, you then can manage them and upload them quickly, either on a computer or on an iPad or a cell phone or anything that is mobile responsive. All right, guys, I think I'm all set for today. You know right where to access this, so please take some time today to go ahead and get the correct spreadsheet out. Even if you don't have a contact to add today, I would rather you be ready to go so that when you need to fly, you can fly. Okay, have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. Blessings to you all. Talk to you guys later. Bye.